this soft mineral melt under your tongue to improve vision so you can say goodbye to your optometrist for good. Did you?
All right, happy Saturday, everyone. So yeah, I thought I'd do a quick stream before we get started. Let me give you a couple of shout outs. We have a new member, which I'm really excited about. So shout out to Dave P, to T-Man, to Peter, to Claire, to Dave W, to to Ian, to Charity, to Ted, to Vicky, to Pat, to Paul, to Helga, to Gary, to Jack, to Mike Edwards, to DJ, to Hugh, and then to Dean as well. We're excited to have Dean. You guys are so awesome, and love that our community is growing. Good to see you, Ted and Vicky, as always. Guys, here's what we're going to do. If anybody is joining us on this Saturday, go ahead and grab that PDF that I put up here in Dropbox. I put the beginning PDF for Dropbox up here. Let me put it on the screen here just for a second, and then I'm going to show you guys, give you guys a tour of the membership area for those of you who are not in our membership, which is totally fine, but at least want to show you guys around. We'll talk about the membership a little bit, but at first I want you guys to get this PDF that we're using, and it's just a beginning PDF. We're going to go over some shapes today, and I want to encourage you guys to do some practicing. I'll give you a couple pointers and we'll get started. So as you come on the stream, I'd love everyone just to say hello if you can, and make sure you like the video, and make sure you grab that Dropbox link that has the beginning PDF. All right, I'm going to minimize that so you can see the rest of my screen, but we're actually going to be working through that PDF. All right, one thing that I like to do is to turn on a metronome as well as turning on a timer whenever I'm practicing. You guys know this. Get you a little kitchen timer, something like that. It really helps you when you say, all right, I'm going to practice for 5 minutes. I usually put a little extra, and I get little 5-minute practice sessions in. If you pull up this PDF, the first thing we have is the first 5 notes of the blues scale, if I do it right. And also, I like to get you guys to turn on your metronome. If you go to onlinemetronome.com, put it up in the top, open up a window and make it really small so it just lives up there in the top of your desktop. And then it's so easy to use that, and I like to use that because you stay away from the distraction of using a metronome on your phone. But here we just have 90 beats per minute. And occasionally I'll check the chat. You guys make sure you say hello to not only me, to each other, and like the video if you get a chance, and leave a comment. And if you get the PDF and you're new to us, just let me know that you got the PDF. I think I put the Dropbox link for you. All right, so the very first example on this beginning blues example 1 is just the first 5 notes of the blues scale. This is great to get the fingers going and using the metronome. Okay, that's pretty easy, but it's a good thing to practice. And if you're more experienced, put it in a different key. And if you're more experienced, put it in all keys, right? You can build up a lot of confidence. And even these first 5 notes can give you all the tools you need to solo over a C blues. Let's say, for instance, I'm using the first 5 notes, and at first I like to do what's in measure 3 is automatic pilot, just up and down. You're building up some confidence again. Even when I go to F, back to C, even G. Again, one more time. Notice how it all works. Down to the B flat that time. Okay, let's keep going down there. Let's keep going down the PDF. All right, thank you for the 6 likes. Let's keep those coming in. We should at least be able to get to 20 likes, I think, by the end of the stream. Let me turn off the metronome for just a second, and I will be turning on and off the metronome and also checking in with you guys. All right, so what a great way to start your day. Like you do the first 5 notes of the blues scale, and if you're more of a beginner, eventually you want to work up and try to put it in a different key. The good news with all of this is you have the first 5 notes of each blues scale, and the fingering is going to be the same: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in your left hand 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But a great exercise to warm up your fingers and to give you something. No matter what key you're in, you will have those notes to use to really sound good. Okay, as we keep going down the PDF, you have first 2 measures, we just talked about that. Automatic Pilot gives you the root 5th of the C scale and root 6th of the C scale. And this is a great exercise to practice as well. This is just one of many, many bass lines that we do at iMusicAcademy. And then we also say, all right, well, let's do that in D flat. Let's be able to do that in D, right? So we learn our major scales. If you learn your major scales, that's one of the big things that help you get from a beginner player to a more advanced player, because you start to say, okay, not only can I play different bass lines and licks, but I can transpose and learn how to transpose. If I do root 5th of each scale, so C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to root 6, it doesn't matter what key I'm in, I'll be able to say, okay, E flat has 3 flats, B flat, E flat, and A flat. So then I say, okay, the 1 of E flat, the 5, and the 6. So there's my bass line. So even the key of D has 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. So we learn how to, all right, there's 1, there's 5, there's 6. Right? So I hope that you understand that as you learn your major scales, in addition to having great technique to play over all of these ideas, you can also use it to transpose. And it's one of my favorite things to teach is transposition. Okay, so if you look at we have the first 2 measures, the second 2 measures, and then you have the next one has the boo da bo da 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 bo da, and all that is you have finger suggestions there in the PDF. 1, 2, 1, 4, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. And I'll do that again. 2 and 3 and 4 and boom da bo da 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 boom da da bo da bo da da bo da 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 da. Again, one more time. Here we go. Boom da bo da bo da da. Just going down to that B flat again. Boom da bo da. I always like to encourage people to sing along with your playing. At times it really helps you. Let's see, can you close the iMusicAcademy screen? Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that was up. Thank you, Ted, for pointing that out. Why is that up? Well, there we go. And you know what? I meant to minimize the other one, and I engaged the thing. All right, sorry about that, everyone. All right, thank you for the likes that are coming in, and now the world should be right now that we fixed that. Okay, so as we have new people come in, make sure you go to the comments right now and download that free PDF. I want you guys to have that. And this first PDF that we're talking about is just one example of what we use all the time in our fun little membership area. I've already given shout outs, but we're getting up close to 17 or 18 people, which it is like investing 1 lesson a month with me, but you get all kinds of things. You get minimum of 2 live lessons a week with me, as well as all of the blues courses, membership area, tons of stuff, pop-up lessons like this, all the materials, and you don't ever have to pay for all the things like the Bob Songbook or all that. Anytime I release something, you guys get it. So we've been building this fun community. So until tomorrow night, I'm still offering that fun free trial if you get the bundle. So you just take a month and hang out with us and see if it's right for you. I want everybody to be studying with somebody. And I want to encourage you, if iMusicAcademy is not the right place, then find a place that works for you. Get in a community. I think you'll love it. All right, let's go to the third line. The third line of this PDF. This little rhythm is going to come back and is something we use in a different spot, but we have 2 and 3 and 4. In about 10 minutes or so, I will give you guys a fun little tour of the membership area. For those of you who are not aware that we even have this, I think you'll really like it, so hang in there. All right, so we have what a great little pattern you can play, and we're still just talking about the first 5 notes of the blues scale. If it's blues or jazz, if I was playing jazz voicings in my left hand, you get the idea. All right, go back to the blues. Blues and jazz work so well together. Everything I do, blues can translate to jazz, and you do jazz things in blues. It's just an awesome thing to be able to do that. All right, so the very next measure has and notice what happened. I took this first 5 notes of the blues scale. Now it gets really fun. You're going to go down 3 half steps from C, and now you're at A blues scale, and you play the same pattern. We've learned the A minor blues scale, those 5 notes, and we're going to use this same pattern. Listen what this sounds like over C. 2 and 3 F. And even over the F, the 4 chord over the blues. Again, one more time. Okay, let's keep going down the list. And for anybody new, make sure you download that PDF in the comments. Not in the comments, in the chat. All right, the next one is a fun little, almost, it's a tritone lick. Well, what in the world is a tritone? If you take C and you go up 4 notes, C, D, E, F, and you sharp it, you raise it, you go up a half step, that gives you the tritone, a sharp 4 away from where you started. And you have this idea of da-dee-da-bo-da-bo-ba-bo-da-da. So it's using blues scale notes, but I'm starting on this tritone, and I love this sound. I think of Oscar Peterson playing these awesome tritone sounds. But da-dee-da-bo-da, da-dee-da-bo-da-bo-da-bo-da-dum. There are lots of different ways to play this, but the way this one is written is this. Da-bo-da-da, again. 2, 3, and 4. We'll just loop that again. So let me now take these ideas that we already have. We have the first 5 notes. 2 and 3 and we can also do this. 2 and 3 and 4 or we go down to the A blues scale. 2 and 3 and 4 and even when I go to the F chord. Okay, let's keep going down the PDF. You guys are doing great. You have that tritone lick. The next lick on page 2 Boo-doo-da-doo-da-da, boo-da. I like that. Boo-doo-da-doo-da-da, boo-da. 2 and 3 and boo-da-da-doo-da, boo-da. So now I'm kind of doing a combination of both of those. Okay, let's go down to the next one. All right, so listen to the difference. So we're on page 2 now. That's measure 13. I like that. And 2 and 3 and 4 and that's the first one. 2 and 3 and 4. All right. Let's see if we can get up to 10 likes in the next minute or so. 2 minutes. All right, it's 2:20. We are going to go today until, let's say 2:45. We're going to wrap it up. We'll be done 2:45. But this will be a fun little stream that we're doing, just a pop-up stream. I normally do at minimum of 2 lessons a week with our student group, but I like to do pop-up lessons, as they all know. All right, so okay, this is not the extended version of the sheet that I put up here. Okay, let's do this. Let's shift over to inside the membership area, and we're going to go over what we call Blues roadmaps. And I want you guys to see what the Blues roadmaps do. And so you get a quick tour of the membership area just as we log in and show you what it's like. Just so you guys know, whenever somebody gets a bundle until tomorrow night, I'm going to do what I've been doing, if you buy the bundle, you get all of the PDFs that you get with the bundle, like clickable indexes, all the blues courses 1 through 4, 20-minute practice tips. There's the blues alternate bass course, all kinds of stuff. It's amazing what I'm doing. And that one of the bundles is actually on sale. But all I'm doing is I'm giving, if people invest in that, I give you a month to see if it would be right for you to sign up for 1 lesson a month with me, gets you access to all of this that I'm showing you guys. And Ted and Vicky are both members, as well as we have tons. I think we have close to 20 now in our group, and I'm so excited. It's a family kind of situation. It doesn't matter your level. We have beginners and advanced players, and we keep adding a couple less members a week, which I'm very excited about. We added Dean yesterday, so everybody who I gave shout outs to, make sure you give Dean a big welcome on Monday at our lesson. Okay, so we're inside the membership area, so let me show you guys what this is all about. This is kind of cool. I wanted to do something really special and build a membership over the last couple of years, and I did it really from the ground up, and it's a real thing now. So when you log in, everybody has their own login, and they log in, and you have all access to the courses. Here's Blues Volume 1, and then I say, all right, we have each example up to 10, all keys training, and if I wanted to look at Blues Volume 1, Example 1, I just click on it, and what we have, if you wanted to watch the video, it's there. If the sheet music is embedded, and all this is online. Everybody has a login, and it keeps up with your progress. So if I say, all right, I'm going to do example 2 today, and I'm going to work on that. So our blues roadmaps consist of me saying, all right guys, we're going to do 1, 4, 5, and 6 are our examples for this week. And so what's up, T-Man? T-Man is a member of iMusicAcademy. Good to see you guys, as always. Okay, so what I would do is, let's just work on example 1 for a second. I'm going to turn on my metronome. And I tell you what, before I do that, let me show you guys. This is your very quick tour for anybody watching. in addition to all the stuff until tomorrow night, you get access for a month. In addition to having all the PDFs, courses, all the additional bonuses, all the stuff, and it's on sale, the bundle. But once you log in, everybody, I manually send you your login link, so you get to see what it's like to be a member. You get to hang out with us for a month. But anyway, all 4 courses are in the membership area in the Blues Academy. The Blues Alternate Bassline, Blues Shapes, which is one of our more popular courses, Blues Shapes in all keys. And you have the Transposition Toolbox, Easy Jazz Piano. It's loaded with stuff. Plenty for you guys to do. And what I love to do is take even these blues piano bass lines, and if you wanted to work on that, you could just say, all right, I want to work on this material that Bob's been saying to work on, but I'm going to click on one of the blues alternate bass lines. So I go, okay, boom, ba-da-da, boom, dun. And if you wanted to watch the lesson, you just click that and you would have it. And it says, all right, Bob, you've done 3 out of 10 lessons completed. All right, so let me go back to the home, and let's do quickly. Let's look at our blues roadmaps and just practice a few of those. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up. If you wanted to watch the video, all of my training is very slow and detailed. You guys know how I like to teach. But you also have the sheet music built in, and this looks fantastic on an iPad, obviously your desktop, and even your phone. You turn it sideways and it looks great. So I'm going to turn on my metronome, and I'm just going to do this blues roadmap right here. I'm just going to have it 90 beats per minute, and I'll just practice. Now I'm going to I'll switch it to the 8th note bass line, and I'll practice these with that. Now, what I love about that specific example right there is it's working all of the fingers. Let me turn off this metronome. And I'm going to actually leave the metronome off for a few minutes because I'm going to go through several of these for anybody who may be new here and checking us out. But I love this because this one works with all of the fingers. Let me go ahead and turn off this so you can see my fingers again. I'm sorry about that. Okay. You guys get the idea about the membership. So the first blues roadmap, let me do something here. I see that my camera is frozen. Let's try that again. There we go. See how it's working all the fingers there. 2, 3, 2, 4, and 3, 5. And you get up into the keys for this one. Now, this is the perfect example, especially for my more experienced players, is you have this fingering right here. But what do you do if you're sliding off from the minor third of the scale to the major third? Well, what do you do if you do a flat key or a hammer-on key? If you can't slide from the minor third to the major third of D flat, so you have to hammer on. Instead of sliding, you get your finger up into the keys, and you do fingers 2, 3, 1. Okay, so we talk about either a slide key or a hammer-on key. And to play this blues for my more experienced players, you can do that in all keys just by using this fingering. If you go to D, it's a hammer-on key. E flat is a slide key. E is a hammer-on. F is a slide key. You guys get it all through all the keys. And it really gets you feeling confident when you can play things like this in all keys. But let's go ahead for the just going through these roadmaps really quickly. All right, the second one I'm going to do, and I'm going to go to, let's go to example 4, and let me just look at that. I have some specific shapes that I want you guys to work on first. All right, let's go to example 5 in the membership area. Is just this idea. You have a C triad, and you go minor third to major third up to the 5th. Okay, this is a great lick. Now I went back to that beginning PDF. that would be a great example of the same fingering is going to work in all keys. Da, 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 da. But if you want to, if you're doing it in the key of D and you go, same thing, right? Right? It all fits under your hand in any key you're in. Just use the triad. A great, very simple lick to get into all keys or to build some confidence. All right, now let's look at another one here. Let's look at number 7. All right, I love this lick right here, and I was just listening to a Red Garland jazz tune, and they use this all the time. I think it might be called Easy to Love. The main thing is it does this boom da 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 da. Okay, now what is happening here? You have a C triad, 1, 3, 5 of the scale, and I'm sliding the minor third to the major third. Boom, da 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 da, da 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 da. Same thing on F. It's a slide key. Okay, let me go back and talk really quickly about this same concept. If you can slide from the minor third of the blues to the major third, it's a really nice technique to get under your fingers. Just practice very slowly getting that second finger sliding off from the minor third to major third. And then it's just the G chord, A note to make a C6 chord, and then your octave on top. That's also teaching a really important thing of the use of the octave. Sometimes we like to take the blues scale and play the first 5 notes in octaves as well, so you can do things like this. So in addition to sliding off that minor third to major third thing, I'm also building up some confidence of playing the first 5 notes or the whole entire blues scale with my octave, which is also really important. All right, that's a great one to put as a blues roadmap to work on. And let's do a few more of these. We're going to go until 2:45, so not too much longer, but I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Okay, so the next one, let's look at 8. That's a little more advanced. It's this one. Let's just do it. So what's happening here? We're not going to spend a lot of time on this because this is more of a lick that takes a little more time to explain, but it does start on that tritone again, and it outlines the blues scale and the minor third to major third, so you're getting a lot in this one. Okay, so let's go to the next one. I'm going to go to number 10 in Blues Volume 1. I'm in the membership area, and I'm actually on the example 10. So this idea of this third up to the root, chromatically down, ninth up to the flat 7, and you end on the flat 7 of the C scale and the 5th, right? So you have this do da 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 do da do da do da da da. Now, when you do this, you're doing a lot of things. You're getting a lot of ear training in when you think third up to the root, da 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 da. So you're getting to that flat 7 and that ninth. Sounds really good. And then you end on that flat 7 and 5th. So as you get this sound in your head and into your fingers, when you start to transpose it, you'll say, all right, F scale, I know the F scale, it has 1 flat, B flat, and I'm going to go third up to the root. And that's the flat 7 and the 5th of an F scale. Same thing on G, the third up to the root of G, and there's my flat 7, and then I end with the flat 7 and the 5th of G, right? Okay, so let's just say I was going to do an improvisation of either using blues example 1, which is one of our most popular shapes, or again, or that one, or this. All right, so let's talk about, so as you're practicing this stuff, we have in Blues Volume 4, we talk about taking just that one lick, and you can keep going down the keyboard and go all the way down. So you extend the lick, right? So all of these licks and ideas that we're learning, you can eventually learn how to play in different keys and mix and match and really make all of these your own. And let me give you a couple really important tips, and then I have one more shape that I want to show you guys. So the tip is this: if you have Blues Example 1, which is a great thing for everyone to practice, almost a daily exercise of practicing this, you're working your fingers, getting your coordination together, but you don't have to just play it up and down like this. I can go up and down just halfway, or I can start at the top. You see how just one idea you can do and really make it your own, which I love to do that as well. Okay, so your one shape that I want you guys to use, the next one, is if you have the first 5 notes of the blues scale, if you take your thumb and you put it up on the 5th note of the C scale, now you have the top half of the blues scale. Listen to this. Again. Works over everything, even the F chord. What's up, Jeffrey? So, Jeffrey, what's going on, man? Good to see you as always. So, guys, notice that so far, just in this short lesson, we have a lot of things happening. We have the first 5 notes of the C blues scale. We have the shape down here, and we have the right? And then we also have, right, just that one idea, or we have this, and the other one we did is, when we practice these things as our member group, right, a couple of things happen. Is we do lessons on Monday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Central and Thursday mornings at 8:30 a.m. Central, but we also do some extra streams at different times of the day and even on weekends. But the reason I mention that is everything's always on a replay. Everything is unlisted, and so every morning I send out my emails Tuesdays and Thursdays and send lots of different tips to our membership group, which is really awesome. And it literally is investing one lesson a month with me. And I do teach privately where people pay me, the same amount. I mean, they pay me for an hour lesson, they pay a certain amount. And then if you actually pay one time per month that amount for one lesson with me, you get all of this. And that's what I'm telling you. It's a really awesome opportunity. and we're growing. I'm going to give my shout outs to once again as we close out. We have 6 minutes, but as you guys practice this stuff, remember that inside the membership area, I'm going to show you that one more time before we sign off, but I'm going to show you how we practice these tips. So we do Ray Charles boot camps, all kinds of different things, and Dean is our newest member. Make sure you say hello to Dean on Monday morning, but I've already sent Dean the Bob Songbook. Again, if you're a member, not only do you get all the PDFs, the actual digital copies of them, which you can use standalone, or you can log into the membership area, but I also send you guys know that the Bob PDF Songbook is absolutely free because we're going through it now, and I want all my students to always have those books. What's up, Dean? You made it. Awesome, Dean. Good to see you, man. Dean is our newest member at iMusicAcademy, and we're so glad to have you. Okay, let me show you this membership area, and I think Dean is already logged into the membership area. But what I love about this, guys, this was sort of a dream for me to be able to make this, to not only have a community. You guys know, I'm looking at it now. Let me make sure you guys can see this. Okay, so I love to create courses. I've been doing that for a while, and I've been selling courses. I have always loved that, of providing resources, but I love even more than that, and more importantly, is the community aspect. And don't just buy a course from me. I want you to go through it. So we kind of have some fun little, very nice, but some accountability things. Like I just encourage you guys to go through this stuff, right? Don't just buy my courses, but let's work through those together. So that's why I created this thing right here. And our community is growing. We started off with the faithful 6 of this group, and we started expanding, and now we're getting close to 20 thanks to people like Dean and all of you that are on the stream. All right, I'm going to give my shout outs, but here's my tip. Is that as we go through as a group, we say literally, all right, we're going to work on our Blues Volume 1, and we do our blues roadmaps, right? So I give specific examples for the week. We're going to work on these. And then just like I was demonstrating earlier, we put them into practice, right? So I'm going to shut this membership area off just so you guys can see, and then I want to give you a couple of really important tips. So you have your timers and you have your metronome, and what I like to do is, if you have trouble kind of creating that swing feel, I love to teach slow and straight. So the reason you hear this and it sounds a little bit swingy, da, 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 it's a triplet feel. So 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and then 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then 4 and that's why it's difficult for some people. They get used to or have a trouble locking up the hands. But if you play it slow and straight, listen to this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So there are always ways that you can learn how to lock up the hands. And guess what? Once you lock up the hands, you'll always have it. Now, Dean is, in addition to being an awesome dude, and I've known Dean for a long time, Dean is actually... Dean has been a lesson, not only a great friend, but Dean has taken lessons with me. We maybe a couple of years, Dean, that we had lessons together. And so we were doing weekly things. And so Dean has joined our group. And what I love it is literally, rather than somebody paying me every week to have a lesson, why not do this in a big group setting? What's up, Bill? Good to see you. And we are glad you are here. So yeah, I mean, I make sure that I over deliver. And when you're part of this group, it is a family affair. I promise you. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your level. Everybody's welcome. So here's the last tip, and then I'll sign off. Is that inside the membership area, you have your blues alternate bass courses, right? And you also, with my bundles, I have that as an extra bonus thing right now. But anyway, if you want to, you can play this bass line. The reason I've created the blues alternate bass course is I have like 27 bass lines I've written out, and I wanted to put it to where you guys, how do we get people playing different bass lines. One way is to learn how to lock up the lessons, and I like the idea of using one lick. So I chose blues example 1. So for our blues alternate bass course, you start off like this. Okay, that's one example. This is another example. This is another example. This is another example. Isn't it funny how, or nice how, you take one example and you just change the bass line and it just totally changes everything. So I love for you guys to be complete players and to have the most fun you can by learning a bunch of fun little tips. The thing that you're going to see at iMusicAcademy, and you have been seeing lately, is I love shapes. I love teaching shapes because we can build a lot of confidence by learning this, the first 5 notes of the blues scale, the top 4 notes of the blues scale, and even our simple licks like this. This is actually not a super simple lick, but this is pretty simple once you get the technique of sliding the minor third to the major third. We also have shapes like this. This is Oscar Peterson type lick. You have 1, 2, 3, 4 of the C major scale and the root on top, and there's your minor third. You have just this. That's for Ted. That's his favorite lick. All right. So, does anybody have any questions, or what questions do you guys have as you wrap up? And as we wrap up, I'm going to read our shout outs to everybody. But I want to encourage everybody again, keep up with your practice time. Decide, I'm going to practice for 5 minutes today. Even if it was 5 minutes, and you practice one idea and you keep track of what you're practicing. One thing that I love to do is to make sure I say, all right, guys, we're going to practice this today. Like we've been doing Ray Charles stuff recently. And I know, Dean, I sent you that PDF yesterday for the Ray Charles stuff. These little down home fingerings, then you learn the Ray Charles, which we did, right? There's a whole workshop we've done. So when you have lessons with me in our group, we do all this kinds of stuff. We're doing Ray Charles ideas, and then you say, all right, well, now I've incorporated that into my playing, so now I can do, right? Yeah, awesome. Very cool. All right, if you guys don't have any questions, we are going to sign off in just a second, but let me give my shout outs. I'm so encouraged about our membership group. I've had people that have been texting me and emailing me saying, I am so close. Some people have put it in the YouTube channel. I'm so close to becoming a member. And what I like to say to that is, whether it's me or it's somebody else, here's my encouraging word that was, I think, on social media, I saw the The Rock, Dwayne Johnson say, he said, one day or day one, if you know that quote. One day I'm going to sign up for your membership, Bob, or day one I'm going to sign up. Here's the thing. My promise to you is that you will not only get the value you're looking for, but literally you're investing one lesson a month, which is literally, in the grand scheme of things, you're getting a great deal, in my opinion, for what you get. You get all these courses and you get to try it out. I mean, do I want to be a part of this community? And my thing is, I think you'll really like it. And if you don't like it and you find somewhere else, then go for it. But go somewhere and be a part of a group. It is really rewarding. All right, here we go. Here are my shout outs for the day. I want to first of all thank T-Man for joining in today. Vicky, Jeffrey, as always. Jeffrey's one of my old school number ones. Thank you, Jeffrey. We got Dean here, our newest member at iMusicAcademy. Vicky, as always, another one of my faithful from the beginning. Bill, it's so good to see you. We are glad you are here, and please keep checking in with us, and I would love to help you and everyone else in any way I can. All right, so now I'm going to give member shout-outs. So to Dave P., T-Man, Peter, Claire, Dave W., Ian, Charity, Ted, Vicky, Pat, Paul Gordon, Helga, Gary, Jack, Mike, DJ, and Hugh. Awesome. You guys are awesome, and I absolutely love that I get to teach you guys. And there's so much more about iMusicAcademy that I'm not even bringing up, all the different things we do. We are currently in the Bob's Songbook, which you guys know. I have those are in the store. It's 19 songs per volume, and you guys know that whenever you're a member, not only do you get logins and all the digital products, but I just send you guys an email. Hey, here's the songbook if you don't have it. And so rather than spending money to buy those, you just get it. You're a part of the family. You're inside the membership, and so you get whatever we're working on, and you don't have to pay for anything extra. I am working on a shapes course that's just for like a new shapes course. And they don't have to pay for anything extra. And that's just the way we like to do it here. We're building a fun, nice community. Thank you guys again. It's been fun to have a pop-up lesson. I do these all the time, and I love doing it. And a shout out to my brother Dave, who helped me, continues to help me get my setup easier for iMusicAcademy as I'm looking. Now I'm facing you guys, right? So I'm not twisting my neck to get these lessons in. And my camera view is starting to get a little better, and just lots of cool things are happening. But I can't do it without you guys. I really appreciate you guys, and let's do another lesson on Monday, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the membership area. And here's my very last thing I'll say for today. I love teaching, so sometimes I go way over, but the good thing is that you guys know you can always watch it on the replay and fast forward through anything that you need to. But if anyone does sign up, you get one of the blues bundles until tomorrow at midnight, and then I'm shutting it down. It's the right thing to do. You get all the digital things, all the bonuses, but you also get a whole month to see if iMusicAcademy is right for you for just literally one investment per month with me. But I want you guys to try it out, see if you like it. So that's until tomorrow at midnight. But other than that, in the membership area, I will see you guys on Monday morning at 8:30 a.m. Central Time. And we're going to continue working on the Bob Songbook, which is 19 songs, blues and jazz, fingerings, and original songs. And I hope you have a great rest of your weekend. And you guys have 30 seconds to say your goodbyes, and I'll shut off the stream. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great day.